Welcome to another Tabletop Tactics Battle Report and a debut here today of the Reborn.
It's good.
The Reborn.
Yeah. So why are they reborn?
Because they're reborn into something new.
Oh.
You know, strength from death, you wouldn't understand. You're
No.
a Tau player.
It's true. I'm all about, living in the now.
And today you're particularly soulless because you're running Necrons.
Yeah, which is...
You've suddenly got souls in the fluff.
Yeah.
At the first they didn't have any.
Yeah, I think don't the Immortals and then the Warriors, aren't they still more like Automatron?
No, I think they are. There is a soul, but I think they're completely... Yeah, their mind has been basically wiped.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a bit like me. That's how I feel today.
Is that how you feel today?
Yeah.
Yeah, had the old hard drive wiped out.
Yeah, had a weird lunch.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
You want to tell everyone about that?
Yeah, we went to the breakfast club. I had a burger and it was delicious. But
That's a great story.
It's made me feel a bit funny.
Has it?
Yeah.
Shall we get on with the game then?
Oh yeah, we probably should. You're gonna have to take the lead.
Okay, it's the lists coming up next. Folks, this is it. The Reborn. A completely pure Harlequin army.
Yeah.
But with the Ynarriquins at its head. And of course, I'm actually choosing to make it a Ynnari detachment, although now you're able to include the Ynnari characters.
Which is cool.
Without taking away the detachment rules, so they can be like a sort of an ally.
Yeah. Like an assassin.
Like an assassin, yeah. But there we go. We're now using the White Dwarf updated Ynnari rules. Really, really excited to use these guys, and didn't really get much of an opportunity to talk about them. Although I did. We were going to film a Voxcast on it, but then I had the opportunity to go on Splintermind, which is a traditionally Drakari podcast, but actually they cover pretty much everything these days. So I actually did a whole review of it over on that podcast. So if you're into podcasts, maybe you want to go check them out. Awesome bunch of guys, Brian and Alex, who were with me that day. So let's talk about Ynnari very briefly. I want to show you more, and also this is my first time using them. I've had a lot of ideas with them in my head, but it's my first time using them in a game, so we'll see how it goes, right? But basically, I get the strength and death rule. And I lose all of my Harlequin mask forms. I don't get access to the stratagems or warlord traits or relics. So I'm using all of the Ynnari stuff today, which is the whole point, right?
Yeah.
So with strength from death, I always get to fight first in combat.
Okay.
Which is really, really, really cool. As soon as any unit is destroyed, all units in your army with this ability benefit from soul burst actions until the end of the turn.
Cool.
Okay, so as soon as the unit's destroyed, this kicks in. Whilst the unit is benefiting from soul burst actions, it always fights first in the fight phase, even if it didn't charge. If a model that is benefiting from soul burst actions made a charge move this turn, or already has an ability that allows it to fight first in the fight phase, then whilst it is benefiting from soul burst actions, you can also add 1 to hit rolls for attack rolls made with melee weapons by that model. So for Harlequins especially, we can see that this is going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
Because the ability to just pretty much strike first most of the time, and to then have that +1 to hit so that my Harlequins are hitting on 2s, is really cool.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really cool. So I'm excited about Ynarriquins, as I like to call them.
The Ynarriquins.
Yeah, the Ynarriquins.
Yeah, I like that.
The Ynarriquin is still very expensive, but he is a beast.
He?
Do you know what? It's really an it. It's genderless.
It's genderless.
Yeah. So it's it, or perhaps you want to say
Them.
she, them, they.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a god really. It's the avatar of a god.
Which is wild.
The god of the elder god of the dead. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I love it. So here's the thing: if I make him the warlord trait, I have to have Master of Death. Which is each unmodified hit roll of a 6 made for an attack with the melee weapon by the warlord scores 2 hits instead of 1. I mean, that's an amazing ability to have on the Ynarriquin anyway. However, as it happens, my troop master, I've given the Hungering Glade, which is a new Ynnari relic, and that replaces the power sword, and it's +3 strength, -3 damage 2. Each unmodified wound roll of 6 made for an attack. This weapon inflicts 1 mortal wound on the target in addition to the normal damage.
Okay, wow.
Isn't that cool?
That's one word for it. Sounds a bit much to me.
That synergizes really well with Master of Death because you just get more hits.
Yeah.
And then more opportunity to wound. And his ability allows you to re-roll failed wounds. So it would mean that you've got more opportunity to do the mortal wounds.
Yeah. And can they still deep strike and stuff?
They can, but they can also start on the board now.
Right.
But that had changed a little while before this Ynnari book came out.
Right, yeah. Because I haven't played Ynnari with the...
Well, this is fun. Like, you don't see the Ynnarriquins that often.
No.
Because it's so expensive. And I'll be honest, today I'm not saying that I've bought a particularly strong Ynnari army. I'm sort of I wanted to bring the Harlequins out and try it. And I also thought then, actually, why don't we actually run them as Ynnari and just so you guys can see what they do. I'm not quite sure how it will go today. I think actually your list is much better than mine. Genuinely, he's got a lot of strong guns. I don't have that many units. But look, they might surprise me, right? So I am going to make the Ynnarriquin the Warlord despite that. Just for the purposes of fluff, because I believe that, when the Ynnarriquin is summoned onto this battlefield, the Harlequins are going to defer to the Ynnarriquin.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's going to happen.
Sure.
So, Master of Death Warlord trait, but I have got that relic on my Troop Master as well. So, what's the detachment? We're just running a single battalion, guys. That's what we're doing. I don't have enough slots to do anything else and make it interesting. This is only 1750 points after all. Mm-hmm. I think this list comes in at 1746 points. I'm slightly under. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Snap.
Yeah.
So obviously I've got the Ynnarriquin as the Warlord, I've got a Troop Master, and I have a Shadow Seer. Now, a Shadow Seer won't be using the Psychic Discipline from the Harlequins Codex, because they're not allowed, so I'll be using a Revenant Discipline. So hopefully I get to show you a couple of cool powers, see what they do. And then I've got 4 units of troops. So I've got 4 troops with 4 fusion pistols in each and 4 caress, and 1 embrace and 1 shuriken pistol in each. Basically, that's kind of just because 1, what we've got modelled, and 2, points-wise, what fits into 1750. I do feel quite uncomfortable with only 4 units of troops, and again, I'm not sure that this is going to be sustainable, but we'll see. I do have 4 dedicated Starweaver transports for them, so I've got a little bit of protection with the dual shuriken cannon, which is nice. And then I've got my alpha unit, if you like. I've got 1 big blob of Skyweaver jet bikes with the Harlequin Haywire cannon, upgrade, and the Zephyr glaives. So that will be my sort of hard-hitting unit, and hopefully be able to take out, because I know that you've got a couple of armoured units today, the old Doomsday Arcs.
Yeah.
Very unpleasant.
Yes.
So
yes, they are.
Yes.
Well, they can be.
They can be, yeah.
D6 weaponry is always awesome or terrible.
Yeah.
But they do have the, of course, arrays. Anyway, look, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll
Sorry,
see,
I'm
right?
interrupting.
You're interrupting.
I'm interrupting.
That's okay. So, look, that is the list. It's pretty small. I really wanted to get Solitaire in there as well, but then I couldn't really afford it in 1750, and I currently only have the Ynnarriquin as the Ynnari models painted, so until I get the Vizark or Ivrain, I've got the models, I just haven't painted them yet, then, I won't be able to run that. However, Ivrain is on my paint queue, so that's not going to be too far off. So look, that's it. That's the Ynnari army. Let's see how they do against the Necrons. So it's their list coming up next.
Well.
Well.
You may be reborn. I never die. And sometimes I'm reborn as well, actually. I reanimate.
You reanimate, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm technically immortal.
Yeah. Your bodies do not degrade in the same way that an organic one does.
No.
And I don't know.
Maybe an oil change occasionally?
Well, the thing is, I imagine that their metal's a little bit more advanced than what we would consider the normal metallic alloys.
Maybe a bit like...
I can't imagine that they would rust, although you do see some really cool rusty Necrons.
Yeah.
But actually, I imagine they probably wouldn't rust.
Yeah, no. They're literally called living metal, aren't they?
Well, this is true, actually. That's in the fluff, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's living metal, isn't it?
Yeah, I imagine it's a bit like T1000.
Well, that would be quite scary, but I mean, they don't really have any fluff or rules like that, do they?
I just imagine, though. So, I've got a battalion today and an outrider detachment. Why are you laughing? This is very serious.
Very serious.
I've got, so I'm running Sautek on both of these. Fast becoming my favourite dynasty, if I'm honest. You can move and shoot without penalty with your heavy weapons, and when you advance, your weapons are treated as assault weapons, which is really cool.
Yeah, but do you fight first in combat?
No. In fact, I don't really want you to get in combat, which is why I've brought all of the guns today. All of the guns. This is a very, very shooty list, and I think it could be quite interesting for 70 or 50. I think it could.
This could be a real problem for me.
It could be. However, you're not allowed to say that you think I have the upper hand, because every time you do, you jinx my dice rolls and I lose. So this is just a good list.
What do you mean?
And that's it. So in the battalion, I have a Cryptek. He has a Chronometron, so he'll get the 5-up Invulnerable, which will be helpful against all your fusion in there, which is good. And then I have Imitek the Stormlord, which is cool. I wasn't going to make him the Warlord. I've got an Overlord in the Outrider. I was actually going to make him the Warlord and give him Immortal Pride, so that would make my...
Units fearless?
Yeah, my units fearless, right? And then I could actually deny psychic power as well, which is cool. But since you've put it on your... what's it called? Ukraine? Ynnarriquins.
Yeah.
Since you've put Ynnarriquins as your Warlord, I'll make him the Warlord. Because you've done it on, so do you know what I mean? Like, really, he would be the Warlord. He's the Stormlord.
Yeah, I'm not bringing a hyper-competitive list today.
Well, sometimes I just feel that maybe I should.
Okay. Well, I think you're in the right direction
well,
here.
It's,
this could be a problem.
It's all
here,
right.
folks.
This list is all right. It's all right. So he has to take the Hyperlogical Strategist.
Yes.
So whenever I spend a CP on a 5, I get it back. And I believe I just get an additional CP with him as well, which is quite nice.
Well, it's not a bad Warlord trait,
It's not a bad Warlord trait. It's pretty good. So I've used him a couple of times over and on demand. We'll go through his rules as we come, but he's got like a mortal wound weapons. He can give my will be done twice. He's got like a 4-up invulnerable. He's a beast. He's really, really good.
I like it.
I then have the 3 units of 10 Tesla Carbine Immortals, which are really cool. The majority of your army has minuses to hit it, so that's a problem. But at least it means I will still be getting exploding Tesla on 6s if I put my will be done on them.
Yeah.
And then there are some units of yours which obviously don't. So like your troops, when they get out and stuff, they don't have any -1.
No,
so then I could potentially be getting exploding Tesla on 5s. And then there are other stratagems that you can use as well that you can make them explode on 4s. And that's wild. That's a good time for everyone that's involved. I've then got 2 Doomsday Arcs. They're very good.
Yes.
They are very, very good.
Pretty solid for their points.
Yeah, but the only slight problem I have is when you have D6 weaponry.
Yeah.
And this guy is D6 shots, and then it's D6 wounds.
Yeah.
So it can go very... It can be, that's the only unreliable thing I like about weapons like that. I don't like, rather. But no, they are very good. They've got quantum shielding on there as well. A whole bunch of wounds, 14. So they're cool. They've got 2 different weapon profiles as well as the they do have the Gauss flare arrays on there too. So actually, if you want to get in amongst it and get out and about, they're quite good.
So you're ignoring
the minuses.
The minuses when you move.
Yeah.
It synergizes really well, I think.
Yeah, it's really well. And but then as well, because you've got this 2 different shooting profiles. So for example,
if you move, you can't do your high power.
Yeah, you can do the low power, which still isn't bad. It's strength 8 -2 D3 damage.
Yeah.
So.
But there are times where maybe you've got a load of hordes, or some sort of nasty unit which is coming towards you, and having all of the rapid fire gauze will be really
helpful. Yeah. Well, when I'm being charged at by troops, it's going to be good. Then we go over to my Outrider detachment. I've got an Overlord in there, so he's not my Warlord. He was going to be, but he's not.
Okay.
He's got the Veil of Darkness.
Yeah.
So he can teleport with a unit anywhere on the board, well, as long as it's 9 inches away from you.
Sure.
And I've also given him a Void Scythe.
Okay.
Which is just...
for fun.
Yeah, but I mean,
the points.
It's a wild weapon.
Yeah, they're good. They hit hard.
Yeah, they really hit hard.
Even the normal war side's really good.
It's strength 10 -4, flat 3 damage.
Is it a -1 to hit though?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But so he's only hitting on 3s though. because he's the overlord anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's pretty wild. He can do.
It's pretty wild.
He could do some damage.
Do you want him to go into combat with the Ynarriquins?
Only if I charge you and go first.
But if I've got strength from death, you'll get to alternate. If it's your round, you would get to pick one unit first.
Yeah, so he would go first.
You think you would beat the Ynarriquins?
How many wounds does he have?
Why?
I want to know if I can shoot at him.
You can't.
Why? Well, how many wounds does he have? You don't even know. He's got 9. I can't shoot him. Well, yeah, then I'll have to get him in combat. And if I wound you with it and you fail all your saves, he's dead.
You think I'd fail all of my saves with a 4-up invulnerable?
It's possible. We'll have to see.
I don't know if you're aware, but I have a special rule called Inevitable Death. That's basically like your army.
Is that just where you lose the game? It's literally just written into your rules.
It's about you.
What's about you?
Your death is inevitable.
No, but it's your rule, so your death is inevitable. No, you are. So then we go on to the. Oh, okay. It's been a long week. Then we go on to the Outrider, the rest of it. So I've got 9 Scarab bases in there as well, which are really, really handy for lots of different things, mainly for screening, I find, especially against a list like your own. And then I have 2 units of 5 Destroyers. How about that? That's it. That's the list. 1746, just like you.
My Ynarriquins got a special rule called Summoned by Death.
Okay.
So that's your army. It's death, and I get summoned, and I just kill you.
No, I mean your other one was better. That you're reaching a bit with that one. Like.
Well, you could say that you're trying to stir the pot and wind me up because I've got a rule called Ynarriquins Stirs.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. That's good.
I'm done. Let's do the mission.
Welcome to the battlefield on this forest world amidst this facility which is long since abandoned, vegetation growing up amongst the walls and in between the windows, and Ynarriquins stirs, his avatar here present, surrounded by a very small and elite force of Ynarriquins. To the right, the Sautek Dynasty are deployed in full force, fully castled, and I won't lie, in a rather intimidating manner.
It's the Steel Wall of Death!
The Steel Wall of Death.
Yes.
Okay.
You will crash upon it like a wave and dissipate into nothing. I'm doing my skeletal laugh. I think that's what I'm going to call it.
That's very good.
Yeah.
So, what we're playing here is Decapitation Strike. So I am seeking to kill the enemy characters of the Nefertai, aka the Sautek Dynasty here. And likewise, he is going to be trying to kill the characters in the Ynarriquins. Now, actually, to be fair, they're not really worth any additional victory points in this Maelstrom mission, but rather, if you kill a character, the player has to discard one of their active Maelstrom objectives. If you kill the Warlord, I believe it's discarding up to D3 active. Yeah. So you could potentially lose out on points by doing it. It is 3 Maelstrom cards a turn, and we do have the Sacred Roku objectives laid out today, representing the Maelstrom objectives on this battlefield. Now, I did deceive Mr. Bone earlier.
It's very tricksy.
I am an exalted of Ynarriquins, sir.
Very good.
Would you like to know what that means?
Sure.
It means I've spent a CP out of my 8, and I've now given a Warlord trait to my Troop Master, because you can do that. It's a Ynnari thing.
Okay.
You know, it's very difficult for you, probably for you to understand, but
yeah,
it's very cool.
Well, thank you for taking the time to explain it to me slowly.
Now, would you like to know what Warlord trait I've picked, Mr. Bone?
Will I understand it?
I don't know, but I'll try and explain it.
Do your best, please.
So, what we've got is, now I did say it would be cool to give him that the hitting twice for every 6 that you roll, because I've got basically the Mortal Wound Relic.
It's pretty cool.
However, I'm going to be a little bit more tactical, and I will use Walker of Hidden Paths.
Okay.
Because that means that on a 5-up, whilst he's on the battlefield, I get a CP back.
When you use it.
Yeah, and so because I don't really have very many CP.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, and I've suddenly realised that actually if you go first, I probably lose. Unless I get lucky. I mean, you can never account for a bit of Lawrence.
No, and you do have minuses to hit all over your army and stuff. It's not.
No, it's not
terrible.
guaranteed. But I mean, the thing is, guys, I've got a very elite army here. This is only 1750 points, and I've taken the Incarn. Who, look, I just really wanted to use the Incarn, but he is very expensive, and I'm not sure I would actually run him if I was trying to do the Ynarriquins as effectively as possible. I'd stick with the Berserk and or Ivrain. But look, that is not relevant here. What is relevant is that I did get lucky in one respect, is that I did get to deploy first, and I can choose to go first. So I will be choosing to go first today.
Very good.
Where I got unlucky was the deployment type. Spearhead Assault. So I knew that I kind of needed to be right up the front, or as we like to call it, pointy hammer and anvil, where possible, so that I would be able to get into range or into his lines as quickly as possible. Because the problem is he could just backline, and he can, as you can see, he's already backlined. Backlined. I don't have any double move powers or anything like that. So I don't have prismatic blur, which is a cool Harlequin stratagem to power up my bikes. So I'm relying purely on the Ynnari Codex rules right now. Okay, you understand that, don't you, Mr. Bone?
So far, I am keeping up. Yes.
Now,
Thank you once again, though, for saying it slowly and a little bit more loud than you normally would as well. You know.
Now, Mr. Bone.
Yeah.
You're not going to do anything like seize the initiative, are you?
I'm going to attempt to do it, but
do you have a die available to do so?
No, actually, I don't. I've just realised I don't.
Right. Well,
so this is a good start.
Okay. Well, let's let you get a die and then get right back to you.
And then you might die. Ha ha!
Mr. Bone.
Yes.
He's prepared a special die.
I have. It is a toga die. It is the power of the toga is with me today. I summon it and I seize the initiative. Hiya! On a 3, unfortunately, I'm just warming the toga up a little bit. It'll be better next time.
You're stirring the old pot like Yniad stirs.
I'm not getting on board with that joke.
Yniad.
No. Let's do your turn. Turn 1 movement phase is complete, and we just thought we'd show you the cards. We got Defend Objective 1, Defend Objective 5, and Big Game Hunter. Reasonable draw. If we come over here, this is Objective 5, so this has been abandoned as we have moved forward here with the entire army. But we've
advanced.
He's advanced.
Yeah. And all 3 characters as well.
And all 3 characters have advanced
and
too.
Rolled a 6, rolled a 4.
Very good.
So I didn't move these 2 the full distance.
No.
But the income was a little slower. But I rolled a 6.
But you've done some rolling there. It's good. And this is Objective 1.
Yeah.
So you're already halfway towards defending that.
That's good news.
It is good news. And this is a boat filled with what I like to call troops.
Yes.
Get it? So that means that obviously if I destroy this, that they'll just be able to pile out and hold that objective. So it's good. It's all very good. It's all very good. Lame jokes aside. Cool. So that's it.
That's it.
That's the movement. We're going to go straight into the psychic. Yeah. Is there a psychic?
Oh yeah.
Okay. What are you doing? Do you know what you're doing?
The good thing is that because we, I only start 9 inches away. Well, my army only started 9 inches away from the centre of the board, and everything moves so fast. That actually, with the advances, I'm even in smite range of the scarabs.
Oh, very cool.
So we'll be doing some sort of damage, but I've got a couple of important powers to go off. So first thing I would like to do is Ancestor's Grace from the Shadow Seer.
Right.
And that's a warp charge value of 5. So it's a new Ynnari power. So I know I'm spoon feeding you guys a bit, but
yeah,
you might want to know what it does. So it allows the unit to reroll hit rolls of 1 for attacks made by that unit.
Oh, very cool.
And it says attacks, so it's not just combat. It's like shooting as well.
Exactly.
So look, here we go, and it's within 18 inches.
And so you're obviously putting that on the bikes.
I'm putting that on the bikes, correct?
Cool.
Because they didn't advance. Luckily, they didn't have to with their 16-inch move. So they'll be then hitting on 3s with the haywire cannons, re-rolling 1s, which is nice.
Yeah.
Now there is a stratagem where I can add 3 to the roll to cast it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But you are only needing a 5.
But I'm only needing a 5, so I'm gonna just try and save
He's
that.
gonna risk it.
Yeah, because
Risk
you
it.
don't have any denial. Because
No.
I want to try and get like super smites off you and stuff.
So it goes off in a 6 anyway. So the 6 has gone off. Very good. So they are now re-rolling 1s. Do you know what you're going to do next?
Right. Well, that went off, and I was nervous about that one. So look, let me have a little think now.
Okay. And now we're going to cast Unbind Souls, or Unbound.
It's Unbind Souls.
Oh, they're going to unbind the souls?
Yeah. And that is going to be on also the bikers.
Okay.
So I've got a fair charge potential here in the first turn.
Yeah.
So that would give me reroll wounds in combat.
Oh, very nice.
Which is quite nice. So basically Doom, but for combat only.
Cool.
Okay,
Now,
well, look,
you have perils on yourself.
It definitely goes off.
Yeah.
I only needed a 6.
Right.
So the question now is, do I want to use a CP to stop myself taking mortal wounds? I do have my Troop Master out on the battlefield, but I was hoping that I would get like super smites off and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really want to lose him too early. I am going to spend a CP on
Just
him.
going to spend the CP.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So it goes off,
Still
I don't
goes
kill
off.
myself.
Cool. Do you want to roll your 5 to see if you get that
do
back?
I get the CP back?
You
No.
do not.
Okay, so I'm now down to 6 CP.
Oh, he's only got 6 left.
Bad news, everybody.
Very bad. Okay, so we're coming over here now. The Gaze of Ynarri is being cast.
Yeah, the other power I gave him was Word of the Phoenix, which is healing models, which is quite cool. Yeah, he's only in range of the Scarabs.
Right.
This is quite a cool power because it lets you pick any unit rather than it being the closest.
Oh, cool.
But I'm only in range of the Scarabs.
I see.
That's not very nice.
No, not really, but good for me, and it seems that my screen may have indeed worked.
Look, it's a warp charge value of 6.
Right.
I just want to try and get as many things off as possible. I
Yeah.
will spend a CP on adding 3 to this roll. I know
Right.
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I just want it to go off, and then I'll have a smite as well.
Okay.
So that's called Acolyte of Ynarri. So
Right.
that puts me down to 5 CP.
Okay.
Do I get the CP back though? I
He
do.
does.
There we go.
That's nice.
I've still got 6 CP.
Still got 6 CP.
Good news, everybody.
Yeah.
And just as well, I added that 3
So it's a 7.
because that is a successful cast now.
Very good.
See, I had the feeling.
He had the feeling.
Now, I roll a d6. On a 1, you suffer 1 mortal wound. On a 2 to 5, it's d3. On a 6, it's d6.
Okay.
Oh.
I take a mortal wound. Thanks, buddy. Lastly, we have Smite.
That goes off.
D3.
D3 mortal wounds.
It's 3,
Yay!
yay. So 1 Scarab base is killed, and 1 is left on 2 wounds.
First strike.
Not really. Is that the end of your psychic phase?
First strike.
There. It is the shooting phase, and it is time to open up with the Harlequin bikes. It best be good, Lawrence.
Yeah.
It best be good.
I'm in a lot of trouble here.
Well, let's maybe.
If I really whiff, you're gonna hurt me so bad next time.
Yeah.
I
don't feel bad about it either.
No, I'm sure you and a lot of the audience feel the same.
Yeah. It's time.
It's time for me to get a good hiding.
I've waited
Right.
in the shadows, and now I will strike. Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen it. All right, are you ready?
All right, Sith.
Yeah.
Usually I'm the Sith.
Yeah, I know, we're changing it up
right,
today.
This
It's
is
good.
6d6 mortal wounds coming at you. I'm going to be
Well.
putting the doom into your arc.
Well, it's shots first. That's acceptable.
Okay.
That's
okay,
acceptable.
Look, whatever. That's about average.
We'll
I'm
get-
happy with this.
we'll
That's
let-
11. That's 12.
Yeah,
That's 14.
yeah,
That's 16.
yeah. He's going to count them all.
That's 19.
That's 19. It's 19 shots, right? We'll let you grab some dice. 19 shots, 3s, re-rolling 1s.
Re-rolling 1s because of the mighty power of the Ynarri.
Now, there are a few 2s in there.
There are, unfortunately.
I'm pretty happy about that, actually.
Oh, got a couple more hits there, Bone. Right, that's a lot of hits there, Bone.
It is.
Could be a problem for you.
It could be.
Don't want to alarm you.
I'm not alarmed.
Mr. Bone.
I was looking to see if there was something that could help me ignore mortal wounds. There is
What
not.
are you, a Mechanicus Knight? I think not, sir. Prepare to die, sir.
Okay.
Right, now we've got 4 6s in there right off the bat, Bone.
So they're D3. That's good.
But we do have quite a few 1s, 2s and 3s there, Bone.
I'm pretty happy about that. So, so these will be normal wounds as well. Is that correct?
Right, what is the toughness of your? I think it's 6, isn't it?
Yes.
And I'm strength 4 on a haywire cannon. So yeah, 5's to wound you.
5 to wound me. Okay, so why don't we? So at the moment we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 mortal wounds in total.
Yeah.
So do you want to roll your d3s on there?
Okay, but let's not forget you've got all of those saves as well.
I've got 6 wounds to save. Yes,
you've got 6 wounds to save. You know that, don't you?
Right. So you've rolled.
Well, I rolled certainly 3 3s and 1 1 by the looks of it.
Yeah. So that's 9 plus 4 is 13.
13.
So I've got 1 wound left.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've now got
to make. You've got to make
6
saves.
Yeah. At -1.
Are you certain that I did roll 3 3s there?
It looked like it to me.
It did. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, let's just see what you.
Well,
said.
I mean, you know, if it would be the difference of 1 mortal wound, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's
so
see
if I make all but 1,
you've only got a 4 up. So have you got a 3 up save?
I think it's
anyway,
4.
right?
I think it's 4 up. So I am looking at 5s here because I've got quantum shielding. My normal save isn't as good.
That's right.
It's not bad.
So you would have failed 2 there.
So I would have failed 2. So I'm dead by 1.
So even if you re-rolled, you would be dead.
Yes.
Right.
So I think that's first strike, my friend.
Well, are we certain that we did the right mortal wounds?
I think we are, but we can have a look if you like. Let's have a look.
I'm very nervous about it.
Okay. We did watch the footage back, and actually,
I had a
it was a
feeling.
2.
I was worried about it. We rolled 2 3s, as in like we did 2 lots of 3 mortal wounds, 1 lot of 2, and then I actually this die knocked one of the things which was a 3.
Yeah.
But this was the dice I rolled and became a 2.
Right.
So
that would mean that if the saves are made, I'm alive on 1 wound.
However, I'm going to use the CP
Yeah.
to re-roll, because I would have done that, on the 1 mortal wound.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. I'm happy with that. Okay, so he's dead anyway.
So I did get 3 3s. So you're definitely dead.
So I'm definitely
You're definitely dead. You cannot save.
No, I can't save it.
You're dead.
Okay, good. Does he blow up?
Oh, I hope so.
No. Okay, very good. So that is first strike to the Ynnari. Okay, the rest of the shooting phase now is happening, starting with the Star Weaver?
Yeah.
They're Weavers, aren't they? And they're the
Sky Weavers? Star Weavers.
Yeah.
No, you're Ynarriquins, sir.
Yes, I don't. Okay, so what are you shooting at?
Right, well, I'm fully aware that these destroyers are going to really hurt me. The reality is I've only actually got 2 of the Star Weavers in range of them.
Yes.
This one's already at -1 because he advanced. I'm not going to kill enough of those destroyers to actually even make it worth it, and then they'll probably just get back up because that's what Necrons do. So I'm actually going to try and shoot what I can kill and open up some gaps where maybe I can start tagging immortal units, because that would be quite cool.
That would be quite
cool. So I'm gonna fire at the scarabs.
Okay.
Now that was a -1 to hit, but funnily enough, he rolled 1s and 2s anyway, so who cares?
Not me.
Now I do wound you on 2s here, Bone.
Yep.
That's just as well, because that's 4 wounds, but no minus.
Would you mind passing me my dice, please? Thank you.
You can have that one.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do it one at a time?
That one.
Excellent.
That one.
Good.
And that one.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. You're very helpful. Good job helping. Good job helping. Right. So looking for 6s here.
Yes.
Not a single one.
See,
so
that's because I picked them out specifically.
Yes, you cursed them. So I'll be grabbing the dice bag in a minute, but that is 1 of the scarab bases killed, and 1 remains on 1 wound. Star Weaver now, same target. Oh my, that's a lot of misses. 2 hits. Well done.
But
no, that's how that one is, unfortunately. So 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Now this is where I get double 6. You ready?
Could be a problem.
No. So that is another base killed and 1 down to 2 wounds remaining. Final Star Weaver now. Oh, actually, you have 1 more after this. Forgive me.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Oh. That's not very nice.
No.
If I had the result...
Right, so 2 wounds just go through. So that's 1 base is just killed.
Another wound there, Bone.
Can I get a 6? I can't. So that's 1 base on 2. And another base is killed. He's taking them 1 at a time. Do you want to just do your next one?
Yeah, the final one. Oh.
Yeah. Right,
another wound,
so he's
does it?
already down to 1 remaining, and then, no, so that's another base killed, and again down to 2. He kind of just did it the same every time. Very cool. Okay, so that is all you're shooting this turn, though, is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
What about he has that grenade thing. I think it's only 18 inches.
I don't... I might be, actually.
Well, if you were with your...
The hallucinogen... Oh, yeah, I would be, wouldn't I?
You would be.
Why do I think it was 12 inches? No, it is 18 inches.
Oh, you were thinking of the neurodisruptor.
Yeah, well, he's actually got a pistol in this instance.
Right. Well, you can, fire your grenade.
Right. Units... Assault 1. He doesn't... Do we have to... Oh, no. Well, it's a Harlequin stratagem, so I can use it anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, okay, so we will do the grenade.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do the grenade.
And you miss.
Right, folks, we're over to Spider Vision now because hopefully it won't be like the charge of the Light Brigade, but my Ynarriquin bikers here are going to be declaring a charge against that front rank of Immortals and the Scarabs. I am just within 12 inches of this Immortal here.
Yeah.
From this guy, so I can declare a charge against them. If I roll really well, then with a Consolidate I can start killing some Immortals hopefully, or at least stop them from shooting. But it'd be good to make it into combat, but I have to weather a tremendous amount of shots.
You do.
It's worth the risk, let's do it.
Let's have a punt.
Yes.
Okay, so looking for 6s which will explode. Okay, cool. So I've hit you 3 times.
Cool.
Save your karma.
And by the way, obviously I'm benefiting from Strength from Death because I destroyed that Doomsday Arc. There was a cool stratagem called a Taste for Death, where if you kill a unit with your ranged weaponry, that for 1 CP then you get to add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made with melee weapons. So I could have put that on the bikers. However, I didn't really need to do that because I'm already benefiting from Strength from Death. So I'm already adding 1 to my hit rolls in the melee phase, and I'm fighting first.
Cool. Are you ready?
I'm ready, sir.
Okay.
I was just telling the audience about Ynnari whilst you were faffing around.
Yeah, no, I was just waiting for you to be quiet, really. Right, so Tesla, 3 hits actually becomes 9, which is wild.
Yep.
And their toughness is 4.
Yes.
3's to wound you. Okay.
Okay, so what we
So
got?
you've got 6 wounds. Yeah, 6 wounds. So no
6
minus.
wounds. Luckily, there's no minus. I do fail 2. Okay, now I think I'm 3 wounds a pop with these bikes.
Yes, you are.
I'll wear that as it is.
Yeah.
I can count myself lucky. Okay, cool.
Okay, can he even make the charge? Probably not, is what
Probably
I feel.
not. How dare you?
Let's see what we can...
Yinniad stirs.
Oh yeah, he's made the charge.
Oh,
Very nice.
Well, I think I make it with the Scarabs. Obviously, I don't. Do you know what? I didn't even actually measure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I needed
Make
a
this-
9.
make this
I'm
to the
just.
Scarabs.
I'm 9 and a bit away by the
Yeah.
looks of it.
Cool. So you make
Okay.
to the Scarabs. Very good. So it's the fight phase. We are piling in
Yeah.
over here. So most likely we'll get to tag the front unit of Immortals. So that will reduce.
If I kill all of the Scarabs, I'll definitely be able to consolidate in.
Yeah. But you know, we still have to do that, and you haven't been rolling as well as you normally do this game. So
sorry.
this could be a good time. But
Could be a problem.
To be fair, I will take that that hit.
But I
as it
usually roll so poorly, Bone. I
No.
wouldn't understand why you would. Why wouldn't you want me to have?
Listen, I don't actually want to talk to you today, so you're carrying on too much.
Okay.
All
so
right.
I've got everything within an inch or within some within an inch of
Yep.
someone's base.
Very
Alright,
good.
Fine. It's all very technical, this, isn't
Yes.
it? Very complicated game.
Combat is yeah, it's an art
Well, it's the
form
most
now.
powerful phase in the game if it's done properly.
Yeah, it's true.
Most powerful phase in the game.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Now the good news is I hit you on 2s because of Strength from Death.
Yeah.
I also re-roll 1s to hit because
you got
of
your
Word of the
power.
Phoenix,
Yeah,
or
very good.
sorry, the Ancestor's Grace.
Yeah.
And then I've got Unbind Souls on them, so I'm re-rolling failed wounds with my
Which is
Zephyr
good.
Glaives. So 2,
Let's see.
re-rolling 1s. They all hit.
Very good.
Now we're Strength 4. What is your toughness on the Scarabs? Is it 2?
I think it's 3. Let me double check.
I'm going to roll this. You just keep rolling there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm either re-rolling the 1s or I'm re-rolling the 1s and 2s because of Unbind. However, even if we ignored that,
I am toughness 3.
okay, well my minus is 2 bone and my damage is 2.
Yeah.
So your toughness is 3, you say. So I've got to
Yeah.
re-roll the 1s and 2s.
Well, I think they're dead anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that
unit white.
is a 2 wounds a pop for every single one of those.
So that's the unit of Scarabs white, but they did their job. They did their job, because that would have been the Immortals there, which had been cut down, and then you'd be going into the other one. So I'm happy for you to consolidate in there.
And they had the fly keyword as well, didn't they?
Exactly.
Yeah, so there was no opportunity for me to try and be some shenanigans and try and track you. See,
Yeah,
so
exactly. Well,
it
there
just
it
is
is.
what it is. But yeah, I'll consolidate into the Warriors.
Cool. And then
that's the end of my turn.
Cool.
I got Big Game Hunter.
Which is good. And you got first strike, so you got 2
strike.
points. You're halfway towards defending objective 1 there.
Yeah, and I'm discarding defend objective 5.
Cool. I will get to hit you back, obviously, as well.
Oh, no.
So
we're just skipping
we'll
ahead.
do that in just a second.
Okay. So I've consolidated. Bone's now piling in. Obviously, with the way he was in a big rank there, I couldn't trap any of those Immortals either.
No.
The biggest thing that Ynnari lack for me, because they seem a very combat-focused, combat-centric faction now, is that ability to fight again. No, well, unless I've completely missed it, but I've read the stratagems like 5 times. So there's no ability to kick them off to fight again for 3 CP, because that would have been so useful and powerful now, and I would have obviously done that.
Yeah.
But that is the way it is. It's now time for the Immortals to strike back.
Yeah, so I can get 7 into combat after pile-ins, so hitting you on 3s, because you don't get the minuses to hit. Oh!
Wow. Well, okay then.
Okay, cool. Can I wound you? I can't.
No. Okay, fair enough. So
Is it fair enough?
Yes. So that is now officially the end of the turn. I did get 1 victory point for Big Game Hunter. I've discarded defend objective 5. I am halfway towards defending objective 1. Let's see what happens. It's turn 1 for the Necrons coming up next. Oh dear.
Yes!
Overwhelming firepower, endless legions, no prisoners. That's worth a point or 20.
Yeah.
So, right. Movement phase has happened here. Bad news, everybody. Not much has moved. He's in fact going to obliterate me with his endless sea of firepower.
Yes.
We do have the Doomsday arc, which you've moved. You have to be suffering that -1 to hit then, am I right?
Damn. That sucks.
Right, folks, we're going to go into the shooting phase, but before the end of the movement phase happened, my will be done on both the units of Immortals.
Yes.
The ones that aren't in combat.
Yeah, that's correct.
Ignoring the ones that fell back. And then my will be done from between Sekhmet and Imatek there, because he's used Pharaon's Will, the stratagem, for a CP. In fact, you want to roll to see if you get that CP back?
I was just about to say, do I? I do.
You do.
So I spend nothing.
Okay.
I'm still on 10 CP.
And now you've got my will be done on both of those destroyer units as well.
Correct.
Okay, and then of course you ignore the minus. I don't know if you realise, because you're Sautek.
Oh.
It didn't seem that you realised.
It's almost like I planned it all along. Oh, you're talking about this? You're talking about your hilarious joke? It was very funny. There.
We are opening with Imatek himself, the Storm Lord, Lord of the Storm. What is he doing?
Lord of the Storm. He's calling the storm down onto these bikes here. So this is pretty cool. Effectively how this works is I can pick an enemy unit within 48 inches of Imatek, other than a character, and roll a d6. On a 2+, that unit suffers that many mortal wounds. Then roll a d6 for each enemy within 6 inches of that unit. On a 6, they suffer d3 mortal wounds. So, this unit is now going to take this many mortal wounds.
I'm a -1 to hit.
It's not a shooting attack. I'm calling the storm! The storm has been called.
The storm has been
Cool.
broken.
So 3. So you take 3 mortal wounds. So I believe that kills one because one was on.
It does,
one
and
wound.
it leaves another on 1 wound.
Now, this is where the fun begins.
What?
I'm going to use a stratagem here.
What's that?
This stratagem is quite cool, actually.
Is
Do you know
it?
what it's called?
No.
It's called... I was hoping you did know what it was called because I've got to look it up.
I don't know what it is you're trying to do.
I'm going to add an additional +1 to hit that unit for 2 CP.
Because of the Sautek thing.
Because of the Sautek thing, which
That's
is
what you're
called
talking about.
methodical destruction. So I've got a +1 to hit there, so that negates.
But that would ignore my -1 to hit.
It does. In fact, because on some of those units I've already got a +1. It's all going very well.
But that sucks.
You can do lightning fast reactions if you want. I don't really care anymore.
Right, he is now... he is now going to attack my Skyweavers.
Yeah.
With what?
With this unit of destroyers here, and I'm going to put extermination protocols on.
Well, and I'm going to put lightning fast reflexes on my Ynnari bikers, which it does say in the Ynnari specific stratagem that a Ynnari unit with the fly keyword. They have the fly keyword.
Okay, cool. So I'm +2 to hit on that unit.
No, you're minus.
So now I'm So now it's just normal. So I'm just hitting you on 3s.
Why are you +2 to hit? Because of my will be done and the Sautek strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
I'm
and then you
-2
had
to
-2.
hit.
So now it's just 3s, and because of extermination protocols, I'm just re-rolling. So it's 3s re-rolling, 15 shots. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. So that's pretty good. 3s to wound you now. Re-rolling. Oh, that's nice already. Look at that. Re-rolling. Oh, that's good. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 wounds, my friend.
Right. So I do have 4+ invulnerable saves.
You do. Each one you fail of these D3 damage.
So I just need to do a Lawrence here.
Yeah. No, you've not done it.
No, I've not done it. In fact, I've done the opposite of a Lawrence.
Yeah.
Oh no, that is a save under there. It's a 5.
So you've failed.
I failed 3,
7.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, cool. So there was one with 1 wound, so he's
Yes.
just killed. If you want to remove him in a dice.
Okay. Now you have to do these one at a time. Now, please.
Yes, I'm aware.
One at a time.
So they're 3 wounds a pop, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So here we go. First one, and then with another one is dead.
Yes.
Second one. Okay, so he's just killed.
Yes.
So we've lost 2 so far. So you've got 2 left. Very good. Can I kill? Okay, and then okay, so he's dead. So you've got 1 left. If I roll a 5 or a 6, I wipe the unit, and that would be first strike as well. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. There you go. First strike.
Yeah, that was unpleasant. The second unit of destroyers are firing at this Skyweaver now.
Yes, they are. So I have my will be done on them, so I will just be. So that cancels out the
-1.
that you've
Yeah.
got. So I'm just hitting you on 3s here.
Yes.
So 15 shots.
But no rerolls this time.
No rerolls this time. That's correct. There is something they can reroll.
I think, isn't it reroll 1s to wound? Hardwired hatred,
Yeah,
I believe the rule is
I think
called.
that's correct. I just want to make sure it's not reroll 1s to.
Because you don't have a lord nearby. You don't have a lord in this list for reroll wounds anyway. Because weirdly destroyers count as infantry as well, which is another crazy thing.
Pretty cool. I do like a destroyer.
Yeah.
Is reroll? Oh, it's hit rolls of 1 for the unit.
Oh, okay.
So why don't
I
we just?
thought it was reroll 1s to wound.
Yeah. So I don't know how many ones
Well,
I rolled
we'll
there.
just check.
We'll just watch it back.
Yeah. Right, it appears you rolled 3 1s.
3 1s.
From
I
what
thought
we can
so.
tell.
I thought so. Hiya! Oh, triple marked for death. Can you feel it in the house? Ooh. Right, are they toughness 6 or 5?
Oh.
I think they're 5.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Okay,
about
so
that.
it's 3s to wound you.
Well, we'll double check that in a minute.
Well, it wouldn't matter with
It would only
that.
matter with 1.
With 1.
Okay, let me double check. Yep, toughness 5. So let's just pull off a Lawrence here.
No.
No, actually, ooh, grossly below average there. Unfortunately, that is 5 failed.
That's 5.
It's
D3
basically
damage.
guaranteed dead. Even if I re-rolled 1 now at 4d3, he's still very likely to die. So we'll keep it.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
He is dead. Does he blow up? No. Unit inside. They're all fine. Okay, interesting. Right, there we go. The Harlequins get out. I did very briefly consider having the Uncarn appear within an inch of the destroyed Starweaver there, so that I can try and hang on to defending objective 1. But the reality is, this unit of Immortals are probably going to absolutely butcher those Harlequins, and then you'd have a whole unit of Immortals and a Doomsday Arc, which could then fire at the Uncarn, being the closest. So, no, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Okay, right, here we go.
So the rear unit of the mortals now will fire at these guys.
Yep.
So, I do have my will be done.
Yep.
So I'm hitting you on 2s, exploding on 5s
Yeah,
for my Tesla.
and by the way, I've done a slight readjustment there because I had them curled right round the back of that Star Weaver, so that they're within 6 inches of my Shadow Seer.
Okay, cool.
Just for the purposes of buffing, because you have the -1 from your wounds.
Correct. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so I've missed you 3 times, but I've got all these that explode.
Yeah. It's gonna be a bad day.
All right, I'll come right back.
Okay, here we go. Now we've got all of the hits sorted. It's a lot of dice.
It's a lot of dice for these.
It is
tiny...
-1 to wound me.
Yes. So
It'll
be 4s.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just pick out these. Oh, it didn't help that I rolled quite well by the looks of it either. Oh no, actually, it's about right.
Yeah.
It's about right. Actually, you should be fine. You should be fine.
I should be fine.
Yeah.
3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15. That's not
3,
bad.
6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The average says I pass 7 or 8.
Yeah.
That means I still die.
Oh,
However, I
my
defy the
God.
averages and only fail 2. That's called doing a Lawrence.
That's cool.
Good news, everybody! And just before I start celebrating, we got a second unit of Immortals.
Skipping around, having a good old time, and then he realised the reality of the situation.
Well, you might have called me something in a bit. Did it put the camera down?
Oh, yeah, well. Certainly wasn't your first name. Oh, that's pretty good. So I've only missed, well, I've missed a few there, but I've got some explodes with these guys.
Alright, should we let you get the additional dice?
Those dice?
Okay, he's going to try and get the old wounds now. Here's a -1 to wound there, Bone.
So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 13, 15 again. 15 again!
again?
Yes!
Okay. Well, I'll just have to
do a Lawrence.
do a Lawrence. Am I right?
What, you mean throw your dice all over the board so I can't film it properly? Oh, you did something, mate. You did a dead. That's what you did. Ah, it's abuse again!
The Gorse Flare arrays from the Doomsday Arc is firing at this Star Weaver now.
Yeah, so I will be hitting you on 4s with this one.
Yep.
Even though I moved, I am Sautek there. Yeah, bang on. Very nice.
Well, they're rapid fire anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Excuse me. Right, so there you go. So that is
Wounding
3
on 5s
wounds.
there, Bone.
3 wounds at -1.
Well,
oh, he's taking 2 wounds already. He's taking 2 wounds right off the bat. D6 shots. Now, I can't use the big one.
oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Yeah, that's a shame.
Do I use CP on that? No, I'll let that ride. That's fine. That's fine. I don't really need. I've got time to kill your army now.
Wow. How insulting.
Can I hit you? I can't
You
even
can't.
hit you. That's right. We took 2 wounds. Right, so that's the end of the turn. I'm pretty happy with that.
What, like wiping out half my army?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, how many victory points did you get?
Well, this is quite funny.
Yes.
Because I got no prisoners, so score 1 victory point if an enemy unit was destroyed during your turn. If between 3 and 5 enemy units were destroyed, I get
it's a big
D3.
D3 there, folks.
Overwhelming firepower for another D3.
Yeah, this is just so that's unpleasant.
You ready?
No.
First one, no prisoners. 6. So 1.
It's just the one there.
Overwhelming firepower. Oh! Keeps him in the game. Keeps him in the game. Here it is. The movement phase is complete. We've come forward. We've advanced. Obviously, these guys here have not advanced,
No.
and the
There
upgrade.
was 6 for him and a 5 for him on the advance.
Isn't that great? We come over here and look at the cards. We've got Assassinate, Defend Objective 1 is back in the mix, and Principal Performance. Score 1 victory point at the end of the battle round if your warlord has not been slain. Score D3 if instead your warlord has not been slain but your opponent's has. Score an additional 3 victory points if your warlord has not been slain and killed your opponent's warlord. Well, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that one a lot. We'll have to see if that could happen. So, how are you feeling? Feeling good? Excellent. Right on to the psychic phase. It's a psychic phase, and we are starting off with Smite into the Doomsday Ark over there.
He is slightly closer to this one.
Okay, very good.
So that's what we're doing.
So he's perils on himself.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to use a CP then.
Okay.
Well, at least it goes off.
It does go off. D3 mortals.
Okay. Do I get the CP back? Because it's a new battle round.
No.
D3 mortal wounds. 2. Okay, so that loses 2 mortal wounds.
Okay. Okay, so we are going for the Gaze of Ynarriquins.
Yep.
Is that how you say it?
Ynarriquins.
Yep. On to the Doomsday Ark. Another CP is being spent.
Yeah, so I've got 2 left. Do I get the CP back? No.
No.
Okay, now to cast. It goes off again because I did that 3, yeah. Now, what's the result?
It's just the one.
Just the one.
So he's got 11 left. Okay. Okay, the Shadow Seer now is casting Ancestor's Grace on the what?
On the Harlequin troop unit.
Okay, very cool.
That goes off.
Okay, nice.
He'll then cast Smites. That does go off. D3 mortal wounds. Just the one.
Okay, cool. So 1 is slain. Splat, I'll remove him. Coming over to the troop inside here now. 4 fusion pistols into the Doomsday Ark.
Yeah, shuriken pistol as well. So 3 hits.
3 hits.
3 still wounds. That's 2 wounds.
Okay, cool. So I wouldn't get a save here because I am 4, but I will get quantum shielding. So you need to roll your damage.
Yeah. So I'm not in melter range as it stands. So I'll just roll both at the same time. I roll a 5 and I roll a 2.
Okay. So for the 5, if I can get underneath that, then I ignore it.
Yeah.
I do.
You do, yeah.
Very good. And then on the what 2? No, I do take 2 there.
Wounds.
So that puts him down to 9 remaining.
Okay, and a shuriken pistol. So hits. Is not a wound. Okay,
Okay,
cool.
fair enough. Coming over to the troop inside here now, they're firing the everything into the middle rank. Is that right?
Yep.
Cool.
So 4 fusion. That's 2 hits and 2s. That would be 2 immortals killed except.
I do have my chronometron, so 5s will save them. I do save 1,
Cool.
but 1 is killed in that middle unit.
Pistol misses.
Okay, very good. Okay, this Star Weaver now firing at the front rank of immortals.
Okay, 4 hits and 3 wounds.
3 wounds. Okay, 3 up saves. I do fail 2 there. Okay, so 2 are killed.
Happy to move on to the middle one.
Yeah, just remember 2.
Remember 2.
Oh, he's hit with all of them. That's
nice.
That's not nice.
Oh, and 3 minus 3.
3 minus 3, so there'll be 5s because of the chronometron.
Right.
I managed to save 1, but another 2 have been killed, so that's
Lost
4
so far.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Do you want to do your last one?
Yeah, I'll continue firing at the same unit.
Okay.
So 4 hits. Another 2 wounds, one of which is a 6.
Okay, so 5 up. I make that, and then the 3 up. I make that as well. Very good. Cool. So about 4 have been slain from the unit. That's 5 in total. Hallucinogen grenade now being fired at the same unit.
Yep. That is a hit. Right, roll 2d6. If the roll is equal to or greater than the target's leadership, they get d3 mortal wounds.
So needing a 10. Oh.
I do have 1 CP left, but it's not worth spending it on that.
Cool. Okay.
Right. That is almost all the shooting. I've got a shuriken pistol from the warlord, the troop master, who will go into those. He does hits. He does wounds. This is on the front rank of immortals.
No, found that. Another one is killed. That's pretty cool. Right in the face.
And that brings us to the charge phase. Let's see what we can do. So I want to charge the 4 wound Starweaver into the front 3 and the back 9.
Okay. So I'm just going to do all the Overwatch at once.
Yeah.
So lots of 6s here.
No.
Lots of 6s.
No. That is quite a few.
It's all right.
Oh, grim.
It's 6. So that's they turn into 3 hits apart.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It's a problem.
That's a real problem.
Is that a problem?
The good news is that it's forced to wound,
Yeah.
but there isn't really any other good news.
There's not that much good news right now. I appreciate that.
Now,
Oh no!
we weather this though. We
Yep.
we will be okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds.
7, 8 wounds. There's no minus, but I'm pretty sure I'm only a 4 up save anyway. I might be 3 up. Right. Well, okay. Well, that's actually a perfect roll.
Yeah.
I might be 3 up. You double check, but regardless, even if I'm not, the rest of 4s, 5s and 6s, I do survive on 1 wound, which is actually perfect. Because he can't really fail that charge. He cannot fail that charge. I'll roll these dice now anyway. I roll a 5, which is more than good enough.
You do have a 4 up save.
Okay, so he is on 1 wound, but he's now made the charge, and that will shut down the subsequent Overwatch. Very nice.
So now the Warlord is going to be charging into the 1st and 2nd rank of the Immortals here. If he can make it. On a 5, that wouldn't make the 2nd one. Will it make the 1st? Unfortunately,
will make the 1st.
I'm not sure it will.
Well, we're 5.5 inches away,
Not
babe.
sure it
Then
will.
don't forget our flip belt lets us jump over models.
Not entirely sure that's correct.
Now, come on now.
Okay, so in he goes. Very good. Right now, while we're here, because I've got a good camera angle here.
The other unit is charging both of them as well.
I see.
That's
On
a
7, they'll be able to do that. Very good.
And I want to flip over these models.
Well, we'll let you do all... Is that all the charges?
I'm thinking about my Shadow Seer. Bear with me.
It's the fight phase, and we are going to be attacking here with the Warlord himself.
Yep, Troop Master.
The Troop Master.
I have declared a stratagem.
Yes.
I've declared United in Death.
Oh, very good.
I'm putting that on the troops. Now, I'm not currently benefiting from Soul Burst, but if the Troop Master kills those 3 Immortals, then
Which is
I will
unlikely.
then I will benefit from Soul Burst.
Right.
And then the United in Death will kick off to give my troops a +1 attack.
Very good. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So how many attacks does he get?
Now, do I get my CP back?
You do not, and that means you are now out of CP. I still have 7, Lawrence.
That's very good, isn't it?
It's very good.
Right, now hit you on 2s,
Okay.
and I can re-roll a single roll for him.
Well, you don't
Don't
need
need
to.
to.
That's good. 5 hits.
Now, 6s on this do mortal wounds back.
I see.
Just to let you know, I've got
he's
the
got-
Hungering Blade.
It's got the Hungering Blade.
And I also re-roll failed wound rolls anyway.
You do.
You understand that, don't you?
Yeah, that's quite clear.
And I'm strength 6 because I've got +3 strength. That's a mortal wound.
I think the 2's if your strength... Oh, no, yeah, forgive me.
Because
Okay.
I'm strength 6, your
Yeah,
toughness
yeah,
4,
yeah,
right?
I'm with you. So you've
Cool.
done 1 mortal wound.
I've done 1 mortal wound in addition.
It's an addition, is it? Okay,
And-
so 5 wounds at minus what?
The minus, I think, is actually 3, you know.
Well, I need to check if my...
It is -3 and it's damage 2.
So I'm just checking if the chronometron works in combat as well.
Surely not. If it does, that's not fair.
It's against ranged weapons.
That's what I
only.
thought.
Okay, so needing 6s then.
You would need 6s here, Bone.
I do get 2.
You are dead,
But there
though.
are 3 which are killed. That was all that was left in the unit.
Now I benefit from strength from death.
Ah, yes.
Oh, it's controversial. Bone is very disappointed here. He spent 2 CP to interrupt me.
Yeah.
He's determined to not let me trap him. He's very upset.
not
Now,
happening.
Bone, what do you
Stopping it from happening.
What? You can't. What is this CP that you're spending now in addition? You spent 3 CP now, haven't you?
Yes.
What is? What's the additional?
Well, first of all, do I
strategy?
get one of them back?
No.
Or do I roll all 3? I think it's per CP, you know.
Is it?
Well, let's have a look.
I don't think it is.
No, just give me a second.
Might be. Oh dear. What is it?
it?
Hyperlogical strategist.
Oh, it's the Sautek one. Hang
Yeah.
on. Wish I could read. Here we go. What's well, re-rolled, etc., etc. Roll d6 each time you spend a command point to use a stratagem. So yes, I get to roll another 2.
That's crazy.
I still get none. Right, now the name of
You
this thing
see-
is called Disruption Fields. So I get +1 strength. Now that won't make a difference against these guys, But it will make a difference against this.
Yeah.
So that would just be one less thing I have to kill.
Well, you know you've got -1 to wound me with the Shadow Seer, right?
I don't think you're within 6 anymore.
He is within
I'm not
6.
entirely sure that's correct.
He's correct.
Shall we measure that live?
Okay.
He's just out, unfortunately. Just out. That's fine. Doesn't matter. So first of all, though, I'm going to kill this.
Okay.
Okay, so
You're going to try and kill my Star Weaver,
Hitting you on 3.
Okay. You've spent a lot of CP on this.
I've hit you 3 times, Lawrence. And that's wounding you on 4. Because I'm +1 strength.
Right.
Ready?
Yes. Now moving on. We've got 5 left. Hitting my troops. I
am hitting you on 2s.
You are
I forgot with
hitting me
my
on
will be
2s.
done. Didn't matter with the other because I rolled a 1. But I'm hitting you on 2s.
Yes.
I've hit you with all of them. Death to the false emperor there.
No.
Right, now, there's a -1
to wound.
to
me.
wound. So I'd normally be wounding you on 3s. I'm now wounding you on 4s.
That's right.
Okay.
Don't roll 1s, 2s, and 3s, bud. Oh, he's got 3.
Ooh.
Could be a problem.
Could be a problem, Lawrence. Could be a problem. If I kill 3 of them, good luck wrapping me. Good bloody luck.
Right, we just need to save with all 3.
Okay, so we are starting off with the caresses.
Yeah.
And you're hitting on 2s,
2s.
rerolling 1s because of your stratagem that you employed.
No, I've got an additional attack as the stratagem, so it gives them 5 attacks each. I'm rerolling 1s because of, I think it's called Ancestor's Grace, the psychic power, and I've got Strength from Death, so I add +1 to the hit. Cool. If you can only see his face, folks.
It's fine, I'm not concerned.
2s, and I can reroll 1s.
Okay, very good. Carry on.
And
Stop mucking about.
now we're rerolling wounds here because we're within 6 of the troop mark.
Yeah.
These are caresses here, though. So they're 3s to wound.
3s, you say?
3s, yes. Rerolling though.
Why are they 3s?
Well, because we're strength 5 and your toughness 4, because we get +2 to our strength with the caress.
Oh, I see.
You see, do you? Right, that is 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 wounds.
Okay.
And they're at -2.
Right. That's
Could be a real problem for you there,
That's
bud.
aggressive. That.
Could be a real problem.
I tried to stop this. Tried really hard. 5. It's actually no bad roll,
I
but
think the unit's dead,
I am
actually.
dead,
There's
yeah.
nothing left to actually wrap,
Nothing
is
dead,
there?
yeah.
Well, you've got to ruin that, haven't you? Thanks. Sadly, I couldn't actually wrap him because he did.
Because I actually did something good. I want you to say, you know what, actually, when you interrupted there, you probably stopped me from rapping you. Say the words.
No, it's impossible.
Yeah, exactly. I did a good tactical move. I'm not just a human peanut. Right.
Okay, right now, what are you doing? You're going to try and hit me, are you?
Well, try. I'm hitting you on 2s.
Okay.
Ready?
I don't think they've got my will be done on. Go on then.
They do.
Roll your dice.
It's okay. This is 3 hits. If I kill 2, it's a good day.
Okay.
4s. I know it wouldn't be 4s. Because
it-
you're not within 6 anymore.
No, but you rolled a
But
1
still,
and
I rolled 1 and 2.
anyway.
Right, go on. Can you save 1? You can. It's alright, doesn't matter.
So that's the end of my turn.
It's your turn.
I don't get assassinate. I don't
No.
get defend objective 1. I don't
No.
get principal performance.
No.
And despite how hilarious it was, I'm about to get
Pwned.
my ass handed to me. So let's see what happens. It's turn 2 for the Necrons coming up next. And the fast continues as we go into turn 2 for the Necrons. Scour the skies. Good thing I don't have anything that with the fly keyword, am I right? Dust and ashes. And then we got Code of Combat. Code of Combat, please. I welcome you to entertain even the idea of fighting me in combat. Now we need to summarise the movement phase. We have a Doomsday Ark which has sat there doing nothing other than regenerating a wound. The Destroyers are ready to destroy. The Immortals have backed off from the Ynarriquins, and all 3 of the characters have come out to play. Let's see how this goes down.
So my will be done, my will be done, my will be done.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go into the shooting phase coming up next. Okay. We're opening with the Cryptek, known as Osiris Ra. He is opening with his Staff of Light into the Star Weaver.
Here we go.
The Weaver will...
I've hit you once so far.
1 hit so far.
2 hits.
2 hits.
Now it's forced to wound you.
Right.
It's 1 wound.
1 wound.
Minus 2.
What's the strength on that stuff like? 5 is it?
Yeah.
That's a save there,
Okay, cool.
That's a good old save. It's Imhotep himself. The Gauntlet of Fire will go into the Harlequin troop, and his Staff of Light that he carries...
It's the Staff of the Destroyer.
His Staff of Light will go into the Star Weaver.
Shall we start with the Staff of the Destroyer?
Come on then.
Hitting you in 3s.
3s. So -1. That's
Very
3
good.
hits there.
That's 3 hits there.
Strength?
6.
6.
So it's 3s. Very good. You must make all of these or you skill. Unfortunately you don't, and you have no rerolls left. That is the end of that. Does it blow up? No, does it? That's a 1, unfortunately.
The Gauntlet of Fire now, opening up against the troops.
D6.
D6.
Oh! Oh, there is a reason he is the Stormlord.
What does this do?
It's just a flamer. So winning you on 3. Oh, it's pretty good, Lawrence.
Oh dear.
It's 5 wounds.
5?
Yeah. That's 1, 2, 3 cooked to death.
Oh no.
Yes.
Now it's time for the Destroyers. Exterminator protocols here, firing at the Star Weaver.
Correct. So, first of all, do I get that CP back? I do, so I'm still on 4 CP. That's good, isn't it? That's pretty good, isn't it? Right. So I get 15 shots at you.
15?
Yeah.
Broken.
Well, I'd have
it's very nice to play Ynnari and not have anyone say that's broken.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I quite. Yeah, this is. It's been a reasonable game for once. This is quite cathartic, actually. It's been good. 3 re-rolling.
Oh, there's quite a few misses there, Bo.
Well, luckily I'm re-rolling, isn't it?
Now I'm a -1 to hit there, Bo.
I've got my will be done on them. You're not. Okay, very good. Okay, and now it's 3s to win you. Re-rolling.
That's not very nice.
No. Okay, very good. It's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wounds.
Right, I'm just going to save all of these.
Yeah.
Because that would be really, really good.
Oh, no.
I actually almost do the opposite.
In
In fact, rather incredibly, I roll 5 2s.
You roll 6. So actually, I didn't even have to roll my damage. It's just dead. So, does it explode? No.
Unit inside. One's gone.
Dead.
Just the one.
Just
Okay.
one, I'll take that.
Doomsday up now. What's he firing at?
So he's going to put his big gun into this guy.
Yep.
And then he's going to put the Gorse array, 1 into them who are in rapid fire, and then 1 into this unit, which
Okay.
you're not.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So let's start with the one switch I can rapid fire into.
Right.
3. Ooh, these arrays. Doing something a bit wrong. 3s again. Okay, that's kind of come around though. So 5 wounds.
5 wounds.
These -1 doesn't make a difference for you though. Got him. Yes.
Oh no, my Harlequins! No! And now the 5 shots into these Harlequins here. Rolling to hits. Oh, is that even there, mate?
Or a flare. Okay, can I wound you at least?
No, okay.
If only they're in rapid fire range.
If only they were.
Yeah.
Good thing that I tactically placed them outside of rapid fire range. And it's D6 from the Doomsday Cannon into the Star Weaver. who will survive. I've got the feeling just the 2 shots.
It could now.
Could survive that. Could be a problem for
Do I
him.
want to use a D6 on that? I'm going to use a reroll.
Really?
Yes.
I predict the roll of a 1 here, Bone.
Well, thank you for that.
Oh no! And he misses. Right, the second unit of destroyers now firing at this Harlequin troop here.
Yeah.
Trying to remove all of my troops.
So hitting you on 2.
Very nice.
Re-rolling 1s to here.
Yep.
Cool, because
Quite
this is
right,
because of
troops.
my will be done. I think I re-rolled 3s on the... It doesn't matter because it's dead, but I made a mistake over there, actually. It should have been re-rolling 1s. Yeah, anyway. And then 2s.
It's 3s actually, because the -1, because of my Shadow Seer.
Okay, cool.
Not that it will probably matter. But
Well,
just
actually, in
case.
that case, it
really,
yeah, it really did.
Okay.
So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds there.
Okay, right. Well, if actually I can pull off a Lawrence here, could be an upset.
No, that's unit wiped. As it should be, really. Let's not muck about with that. They should be very dead.
Right, folks, that's the shooting. We're now in the charge phase.
Yes.
Now,
He's just got a pistol, right?
just to let you know, when this unit was killed, I might move my Ynarriquin to be within an inch of where they ended up, just because it gets me the extra movement. So I'm actually going to do that, because whilst I can't charge this turn, it doesn't matter because it's your turn. See what I mean?
But I could charge you.
You could, but depends on where I place him.
Right.
I'd have to place him within an inch of the unit, and you would definitely be within charge range, but frankly, I don't mind if you want to charge him. I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah.
Let me just have a little look at the placement and we'll get back to you. So folks, I did use this ability, 1, because it's cool and I get to show it to you, and 2, it just shows that I can get some extra movement there, go within an inch of where my unit was destroyed. And I've got a couple of characters on that objective now as well. So you are still going with the charge, however, on the Troop Master.
Yes, so I'm going to start with imitate the Stormlord.
Okay, quick. The Overwatch, nothing. Okay.
So
in you go.
It's a 7,
Yeah. So
very
there's no more Overwatch this turn. Who else is charging him? Because you probably just moved them in at this point.
yeah, so well, I'll charge with both of these guys as well.
Okay, all right, cool. So just move them all in, and then we'll come back to you, assuming that's it. In the fight phase?
Yeah.
Alright, so it's Sekhmet Ra that will be striking first
It is a
against
void.
the Troop Master.
Here's the void side there.
Okay.
So it is -1, so I will be hitting you on 3s.
Okay. Oh, only 1 hit. Yeesh.
2s to wound you though. Cool, so it is a wound.
Is a wound.
So
Right.
it's 3 damage.
4+ Invon. Now I'm going to use my re-roll that I get. Oh, actually, I better check it's on a save. I know it's on a hit on a wound roll, but I get a Warlord's. My Warlord trait gives me 1 re-roll once a battle bone.
Why does he have a Warlord trait?
Because I paid the point for it at the beginning. I told you weren't listening.
I was listening.
Right, it doesn't let you re-roll a save, but it does actually let you re-roll wound roll and hit roll every turn. That's epic.
Please roll your dice. Had enough.
But you see,
Had enough of you now.
right, he's got 5 attacks.
This is
and
absolutely ridiculous. So
this
you just
is
get to
with the
attack
Hungering
first.
Blade. Yes, because I'm benefiting from Strength from Death. And we only alternate because it was your turn and you charged.
Yeah.
Now I hit you on 2s. Oh, that's annoying, and I can't re-roll those ones, but I can because of my Warlord trait. So that's 4 hits.
Still missed with 1.
Here's the good news, everybody. It's 3s to wound because I'm strength 6. Re-rolling. Because of my own ability. Isn't that good, Bone? Now, I don't want to alarm you.
I'm not alarmed at all. Do you know what I
That's
am?
4 wounds there, Bone.
And what's the damage on those?
2.
Okay. Do you know what I am feeling good about?
I think you're going to
This
fail
roll.
these saves, you know. I think you're going to fail all of them. And Irritek's dead.
No.
I think so. He's
I've
failed
made
2.
2.
He's failed 2. So that's 4 wounds.
4 wounds. So he's got 2 wounds remaining.
He's got 2 wounds remaining.
But he is alive. He is alive.
And now Imitek strikes back. Can he kill this Troop Master?
Can he kill this?
I say no, he can't.
Hitting you on 2s. Hiya. Hit you twice.
Hits.
Hit you twice. Wounding you on 2s. Because you're only toughness 3, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Hiya. Right, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a CP on that.
Are you?
Put me down to 2.
Controversial.
It's not
We've only
really.
got 2 CP left. It's a 1 anyway. How we got to roll to save now, Bone. Just to let you know, I don't want to alarm you. 6. And the crit test.
I don't even.
One attack, he does
hits you.
hit. He
First
fails to wound
Great.
the troop master. What an absolute
That is
beast.
just typical me. It's typical me.
So that is the end of the turn. Now here's the scary thing. You did get Scour the Skies. That puts you on 4 points.
Scary
Yeah,
is a
but
strong
I got
word.
2 points for Defend Objective 1, Bo.
Yeah.
So I'm on 4 points.
Yeah.
And my Warlord's still alive.
Yeah, just. Here are the cards. We've got Assassinate, which is now going to happen. Potentially you'll get D3 as well. Principal Performance, and that actually, if you kill my Warlord with him, that's just a flat 3, which is incredible. And then Mission Critical Objective, which is 5. So that's here. So I went from looking like I'm going to win the game to actually now I'm going to lose. So we're going to come over here and just get this done quickly. We've jumped out, we've come around, we've dropped down in here, and then the Ynarriquins come over. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, if you'd like to start with the psychic phase, this is a summary.
Yes. So we are going to do with the Incarn the Smite first of all.
Very good.
And that will be on Sekhmet Ra here.
Cool.
That goes off.
Goes off.
It's D3 mortal wounds.
Just
It's
the
just
one.
the one.
Okay.
He'll
cool.
then do the Gaze of Yniad on. Actually, I'm going to have a little think about that.
Okay. Okay, the Gaze of Ynarriquins is being put onto Sekhmet here.
Yeah, decided to go for Sekhmet. It is a fail anyway because I needed a 6.
Okay, very good. The Shadow Seer now.
Smite. That does go off.
Yes.
Just D3 on Sekhmet there. That is 3.
Okay, so he's got 1 wound left. Ancestor's Grace now being cast on the Yunkarn.
Yeah, so that'd be reroll 1s to hit.
Very good.
Because he's a beast. Yeah, that goes off.
Okay, very good.
Cool.
So that's the psychic phase done. Let's do some shooting. Okay, so obviously now, because they can fall back and charge, why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to shoot with the
we just forgot to move him out. We did it as a summary very quick.
Yeah. So hallucinogenic grenade now into Sekhmet.
Yep.
So we're needing a 2.
I need to hit. No, okay, forget it.
Fair enough. Do you know what you want to shoot next?
Yeah, so just the fusion pistols will fire at Sekhmet, and Osiris will probably do 3 into Sekhmet and 2 into Osiris Ra.
Okay, cool.
So 3 into Sekhmet, 2 hits. It'd be 3 to wound still, so failed, because your toughness 5, right?
Overlords are toughness 5.
Cool.
So a bit of luck there.
2 into, okay, and Osiris is wounded.
Is wounded.
So
He does have his chronometron.
Yeah.
Which he makes.
Very nice, well done.
Okay, nice work, me. You don't have a...
I'm going to do this shuriken cannon.
Yeah.
I can't get Sekhmet because these would be closer. I could target your warlord.
Okay.
But that I don't want to do that because I want to try and get the points.
Yeah.
By killing your warlord with my warlord. So instead, I will fire everything at the immortals.
Okay, cool. Here we go.
So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6 shots. Okay. Oh, 3 6s and 2 3s.
So who's being shot at again? The Immortals?
The Immortals, yeah.
Okay, so I think 3 are just killed because they're not within 3 of the chronometer.
Well, you'd have 6 up saves.
Oh,
3
oh yeah, right. So let's do that. 6s. No, 3 are killed.
Yeah, and then 2 normal saves.
Oh,
So
okay,
4
so
hits.
4 killed. Great. That's now firing at Sekhmet Ra.
Yeah, he's going to do a plasma grenade at him. 5, 3, 4, 5 to hits. 4 hits. Strength 4 -1. These are. Oh, 2 wounds at -1. Oh, he's got to save both. Could be a problem.
It is.
Oh.
He's killed. That is the end of Sekhmet Ra.
Folks, here it is. We're in the charge phase. The Starweaver's going to charge Imatek.
Okay, 666.
666 is what he wants. No, he doesn't get
and
any.
then the gauntlet.
3.
3. So 5s and 6s. 1 wound.
Starweaver. Fails to save, takes a wound on the way in.
But can't fail that charge.
No, cannot fail, and I'm only doing it just to tag him like so. And then my Troop Master will go back in, like so, to your Warlord. And then these troops will charge the Cryptek. So if you'd like to do some Overwatch there.
Nope.
No, okay. Yep, 5, in they go. Okay. Oh, I moved the Shadow Seer by accident there. Right, Shadow Seer will stay where he is.
Cool.
And then we will charge the Uncarn into your... I mean, the Destroyers would be huge. But I'll have to eat a tremendous amount of Overwatch. However, I'll be dead next turn anyway. So I'm going to give it a go. We are going to attempt to charge your Destroyers. This blob here.
Okay. So I get 15 shots.
Yep. Nasty.
It's sort of nasty.
It's
I'm
nasty.
starting to feel very sick.
Well, the thing is,
No, I don't want to
you're
talk about
going to shoot me off the board next turn.
I don't think that's correct.
Well, you got 4 hits there.
Well, that's something. What's your toughness?
I think it's 6, but I will double check for you. Just roll to wounds. Right.
Well, you best check.
Okay, let's check. Okay, he is toughness 6, so 1 wound.
Here we go.
Well, I need to roll to save. I don't know why you're rolling both. I do fail
That's
that
why.
save.
D3 damage.
Damage is
Good.
1.
You
Okay.
take 1 wound.
1 wound.
Okay, so by the looks of it, he needs about a 6 or a 7 there to make the charge.
Something like that.
So he's rolled a 3, he's rolled a 9. Cool,
9.
so in he goes.
Oh, dear.
Okay, very cool, yay. It's the fight phase, the Troop Master is opening up into Imhotep.
Yeah, so 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we can do here. Now, I have been forgetting Ynnari Stirs. I don't think it's really come up too often, but basically these guys ignore wounds on 6s. Now, I can't do anything about that. That's a big problem.
Yeah.
Could be a big problem there, Bo. Rerolling wounds. I'll use one of my rerolls this turn. He misses anyway, and then to wound you here. Fails to wound you anyway, so it's just 1 wound on Imhotep.
Okay, but it's flat 2 damage, right?
It is, so you have to save all you
So I have to save or I die. Okay, 4 up invulnerable. Right. Well, I think I'll use a CP on that.
Yes.
Oh no, I think he gets a free reroll
Oh,
on
yeah?
his wounds with his hypological fella.
That's like my warlord trait.
Yeah. Well, actually, and that means that I'm a massive peanut if that's true, because I could have re-rolled one of his hits. So hang on, let me
checking
check.
this live?
I'm going to check this. No, I'm going to come right back because I might be screaming into the wind in a minute. Is a single wound roll or hit roll, which is silly of me. I completely forgot about that. That would have made a difference last turn. But we live and we learn. So I'm going to use a CP now because otherwise he's dead. Okay, here we go. Hey-ya! Cool. So I do make that. So that's something.
Well, he'll survive now.
Potentially,
unless, Unless the Star Weaver kills
Unless
him.
the Star Weaver kills him, anything is possible. But I can't interrupt combat now, so we'll just let you go on your killing spree. Do you know where you're going next?
Well, yeah, I'll do the Incarn into the Destroyers.
Okay, cool. How many attacks do you get?
So he's got 6 attacks.
Very good.
But he's got his special Warlord trait, which... there's so much to remember when you play a new army.
Yeah.
Warden of Souls. Add 1 to its attacks whilst I'm benefiting from Soul Burst while I am, and to my strength characteristics. So right, I'm hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s here because the power was cast on him. Although with hindsight, it should have been the Troop Master. So all kit here, and then we are strength 7.
3.
Yeah, wounding you on 3s, and we re-roll failed wounds rolls for this sword anyway. So that is 3, 4, 5 wounds.
Minus.
The minus is 4, and the
So
damage
no
is
save.
D6.
Okay, cool. So I don't get a save there. So
No.
these guys are 3 wounds apart.
That's right. So D6 damage,
First one's killed.
D6 damage, D6 damage, D6 damage. So it kills another.
Okay, so 2 have been killed so
yeah,
far.
and D6 damage. So,
Okay,
yeah.
so I got off there quite lightly actually.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, cool. So I lost 2, and then 1 was on 1 wound left. Was that right? Yes, I
yeah,
think
that's
so.
right.
Okay, very good. Now we'll go into not segment.
Cyrus.
He's segment. Dead. Cyrus.
No rerolls here, but we are adding 1 to hits because Soul Burst.
I can just take him off.
Well,
You can re-roll those wounds as well.
I can, yeah. And we're wounding you on 3s,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, okay, so you've got to take all of those saves at -2.
Give us this.
All of those saves, then.
Give us this.
All of those saves on the side.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's super dead.
He's very dead.
Oh, even now, if he kills him, I'm going to be real. Feel not very good right now. It's a great start.
Oh, no.
Now I'm toughness 5.
It's 2 wounds, Bone. Bone.
It's 2 wounds.
It's 2. It's 1 for each you got left.
I have no re-rolls.
No.
I have no re-rolls.
No.
Excellent. He's alive. He's alive on 1 wound. Oh wow. Okay, that was that. Yeah. Woo.
The battle of the ages. It's Imatech versus the Troop Master. Anything to say, Bone?
Die.
Die.
I've hit you twice.
He's hit me twice.
How many wounds you got left?
Only 2.
Right.
So I recall.
I'm wounding you on 2s. Do I want to use my re-roll once again on the hit roll or the wound roll?
Well, you're -1 to wound me right now, by the way, because of the
And I'll do the
shadow
wound roll.
Okay.
If I need it. I don't need it. Should have.
Do you wound on 2s, do you? You're
strength 6.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 2 wounds. So you have to save both of these or you are killed.
What happens if I do save both?
I don't know. Do you like me working here?
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness. He's dead! Yes! Right, so that's the end of the turn. So we did get Assassinate for a point. I also got Code of Combat for a point. So we're on 5 all. It is a draw. Yeah. We're going to get rid of...
And I discard mission critical
Just
objective. By the way, you haven't hit me back with your destroyers yet either.
Oh, okay. I don't...
Well, let's just quickly do it.
All right. Well, tell me how many attacks I got. I'm holding the book here. I'll come over and do some nice close-ups while we're waiting.
The destroyers now. You get your reroll 1s to hit.
Yeah, that's nice.
And you've got 2 attacks each.
So 6 attacks.
Yeah, you're hitting on 3s.
I've hit you all
5
of the
hits.
times. Oh, hang on. It's 3 attacks each, right?
2 attacks each.
2 attacks. Okay, I've got to roll 1 more dice. There you go.
Okay.
Just add that in there.
But you've only got 3 left.
Yep, so 2 times 3 is 6, right?
Oh, yeah, you've got 6. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you rolled 8 for some reason.
No.
Okay, and then...
Strength, toughness?
My toughness is 6, your strength is 4.
So 5 and 6 says, I wound you once.
Okay.
Surely they have a 3-up armor.
Yes, they do.
Okay, very good. So that's that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Morale check for your immortals.
So I've lost... I lost 4. So...
Leadership 10 normally.
Leadership 10. So even on a 6, I can't
You're
lose
okay.
any. I'm okay, so they're fine. Cool. Well, interesting stuff. So it's a draw.
Yeah.
I need to wrap up because now that these guys are in my lines, look, it's very stressful. I'm very stressed out. We'll come back and do some reanimation in just a second.
Here we go. It is a turn 3 summary for the Necrons. Supremacy, Kingslayer. He hasn't got Kingslayer yet. He has to kill the Incarn. Supremacy might be possible. Defend objective 4, by the way, is over here, so that's not possible. And perhaps actually looking at it, even Supremacy is not possible.
It's
but
not.
with Kingslayer, that is
Potential of 4 points.
that is potential. Yeah, big old potential.
But I'm going to wipe you off the board now.
Right. Okay.
Are you ready for that?
Yes. Well, it's reanimation.
So we'll start over here looking for 5s and
On the
6s.
destroyers.
I don't get any back. That's a shame, Lawrence.
It's done, I bet.
Then we come over here,
And
5s
then,
and
yep,
6s.
you've got 4 immortals there. Could be a problem here. No, it's not a problem at all, actually.
problems.
That's not a problem at all.
No problems for anyone.
Right, folks, here we go. I promise I will try and remember to ignore wounds on 6s with the Guard and the infantry within 6 inches of him this turn. Right, so here we go. He's going to be shooting. You can see he's done some light movement here just to get out of combat with the Incarn, and Imatech's gone out of dodge this way. What's firing first?
So I'm putting my will be down on both of them.
Yep.
And then he's going to fire into them, and I'm putting exterminator protocols on there,
For your last
and that's
CP.
the end of that chapter.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do I get that CP back though? It is a new battle round. I do. So
You
I
do.
still have a CP in play, everyone.
Actually, it's not a new battle round. This is turn 3.
Yeah, but I haven't got one in your... I haven't
Oh, you
rolled
didn't get
for
one
any
in
of
my
yours.
turn?
No.
Okay.
No, it was your turn.
Yeah, but you were rolling rerolls and all that jazz.
If I was, actually wasn't rolling for my points. Anyway, it's come round. Come round. Right.
Come on then,
so
roll the
here we go.
hits.
The Unifier into this guy here. I'm going to kill your warlord now.
Sorry.
You understand that?
Yes.
2 rolling ones because of my will be done. I've hit with all 50. Strength.
I'm toughness is 6.
Strength is 6. Okay, so 4s re-roll. That's pretty good.
Okay.
That'll do it, I think.
How many is it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wounds. Each one you fail here is D3. What kind of invulnerability have you got? 4 plus?
4 plus.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. I'll take that.
We failed 5.
How many wounds you got left?
We've got 8 wounds left.
Got 8 wounds. So I've got 5 D3 damage on you.
5d3.
Here
I
we go.
ignore wounds on 6s.
Well, you best get ready to roll some 6s then. Well, we'll see actually.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
8, 9.
Oh.
So you've got to get 2 6s to live. You best hope you don't get them.
What is that, Bo?
It's just, I'm just a bit, it's a bit much.
Bit
When
much?
you're always rolling all these 6s all the time. I think I've had enough of it, actually. You've rolled 2.
At least I
So
survived
he's
on 1
alive
wound.
on 1
there, Bo.
wound.
Good news, everybody! Right, these 3 now will also fire into him. He must be killed. Or she must be killed. Or it must be killed. Who knows? Right, all
All hits, because you can
hits.
re-roll the ones
Yes.
still. Okay, and now it's 4s.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4 wounds there. 4 wounds. You've dropped 2. It's 2d3 damage. You need a double 6. Don't do it.
Oh.
Alas, he is killed.
Now, if I had a CP,
Still would be dead.
valiant. Okay,
That's
Ynarriquin is slain. That is Warlord. That
And
means principal performance cannot be achieved.
Yes.
Massive.
Ah.
And now it is the Immortals firing into the unit of troops.
Okay, 3 6s there. Nice.
Okay.
So I get 2 with them. I get 2 with them. That one and one more. Very good. 3
Minus
now.
1 to wound.
4s now.
Fours.
Pretty good roll. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wounds there.
Okay, 9 wounds coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's all. And 5. There we go.
Very
The unit
good.
is wiped. Ouch. And now it is the Doomsday Arc firing everything into the Starweaver.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
4s. This is the Gorse Flayer array.
Yes.
The array of Gorse.
Might be the Gorse Flayer array.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I said Flayer, didn't I? It's definitely a Flayer.
More like failure.
5
5's to wound.
6s. That is 5 wounds at -1.
2 fail.
Okay.
2 wounds down.
Now
Now your Doomsday Cannon, which has been the Failsday Cannon every
really
single
has.
turn of
okay,
the
well,
game.
can I at least hit you?
No.
Can't.
Wow.
Wow, they're
The
terrible.
most useless piece of technology I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Despite all of that, that is the end of the turn.
This is the end of the turn. So that was pretty good.
Yeah. You've got Kingslayer for D3.
Kingslayer for D3. It is the
It
big
is the
3.
big 3.
So I get 4. So I'm now.
Fantastic. That gives me absolutely no reasonable chance of getting back into the game. I will now concede.
Yeah.
My Shadow Seer leaves the battlefield
Yeah.
to continue spreading the words of Ynarriquins. Good news, everybody!
Yes.
Turn 1!
I won. I can't believe it.
I really enjoyed using the Ynarriquins, actually.
Yeah, and considering that my list was way better than yours, they did a really good job. They did a really good job.
I mean, if I hadn't whiffed a couple of the attacks with the characters there at the end, it could have been maybe a bit more interesting.
Yeah, well, I was. Well, you say a bit more interesting. I think if you hadn't, then you win.
Yeah, I might have won that. At that point.
And that's,
if I killed Imhotep and actually the Incarnate killed I rolled really poor on those damage on the destroyers.
Yeah.
If you'd killed like 4 and then you'd failed on morale or whatever. Well, actually, you couldn't even fail on morale if you lost 4. Because you'd only shipped in, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe they would have survived, but you didn't roll any reanimation back.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was always up against it. I think I had to go first in that game as well. You had so many guns.
Yeah.
Sadly, the Harlequins are still quite pricey, so you don't really get that many of them, especially at 1750. So running something like the Incarn with them, who's so expensive, is not the best really.
No.
I think I actually rate Ynarriquins. I think they're really interesting, but I would definitely run it with like the Berserk, who gives reroll 1s now as well, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's cool. That's very good.
Yeah. And or a Vrain or whatever. But they're good. I think Ynnari, when you've got your strength from death and you get your synergies happening right, can be quite interesting on a combat-focused army. I'm quite keen to give Reavers a go as Ynnari, actually, now.
Yeah, well, we can do that.
Yeah, I might give some my old Reaver jet bikes a go. Get the old Witch Cult out. And as Ynnari, that would be quite interesting because they're super fast.
That takes me back.
Yeah.
That's when you used to run that.
The 36 Reavers?
Oh, yeah, that was
my signature.
Yeah, that hurt. That was an unpleasant game to play against.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that with the strat that I've got now, with this the Ynnari strat, where you can give the unit a +1 attack as well. All of a sudden, and if you've got that unit with, because they still benefit from their combat drugs, you could have 4 attacks per Reaver jet bike in that unit.
Yeah, and that's cool.
No, that's interesting.
Cool. We'll get them out.
Yeah, we'll have a little game with them soon. Necrons wise, look, I actually really quite rate Necrons these days.
Yeah, they can be
Honestly.
good. They can be good.
Wow, double destroyer, some Doomsday Arcs. I mean, since the points drops from Chapter Approved, you do get quite a bit more. I know that a lot of Necron fans still think that they're too expensive overall, but actually I think, if you look at it again, they're nowhere near as bad as they used to be. I think they used to be quite bad before, but now they're actually in quite an interesting spot.
Yeah, I like them. I like them. They're good fun to use. And what's good about them is there's lots of different builds that you can do within them. However, I do think that the core is 30 Tesla Immortals, whichever way you go.
Yeah,
they're just
so good.
They're just amazing.
So good, especially with My Will Be Done. It's just an absolutely incredible Duke's choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, well done, Mr. Bone.
Oh yeah, it's all right.
The Ynarriquins will return one day soon. I've got Vrain up next to be painted, so we'll sort her out. And I've got the Vizark on the way, plus a dedicated Ynnari army, which will drop relatively soon. So that's it. Another battle report done. It's been very, very funny.
Yeah.
I've been called many things on camera.
I'm too stressed out. I think I need...
You said that
I'm too stressed out.
Drain your soul with my luck.
You do.
It's because I've got a husk blade.
Yeah, you are literally a husk blade. It's very difficult when you play someone who always just rolls above average, and then I roll averagely, so you have a bad turn, and then suddenly, but you can't afford to do that against you.
No.
And so everyone's like, why does Bone get upset? Because there's nothing left. There's nothing left inside me. I'm done.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you've been regenerated a little bit now.
No.
Yeah,
no.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, maybe. This is the thing, though. Like, even though I won, I still feel like destroyed inside.
Yeah. Well, that's. Yeah. I mean, as a Drakari, we don't like to kill. The people we enslave.
It's prolonged torture.
It's prolonged. We need to extract all of the emotion and pain.
There's that much left. That's it.
So until next time, this has been Tabletop Tactics. We'll see you soon.